So we're staying on stateside. Dallas from San Francisco wrote in. Thanks for reading my question. If you do, no problem, Dallas. Every gen, we say this is the first real next gen game. What is a next gen game for you on PS5? It's a really good question because we do say that every time a gen. This is what next gen is about. How far can we actually go? That's the thing.
Can I just say that Dallas from San Francisco, I mean, that's just like a head fucking minute, really, isn't it? The city of Dallas and the city of San Francisco. I mean, come on.
Dude, can you imagine if Dallas was from Texas?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Yes, I mean, like, obvious. But Dallas ain't from Texas. She's from San Francisco. But anyway, what was the question?
So he asks, every generation, we say this is the first real next gen game. What is the next gen for you on PS5? So, when PS3 came out and we played Motorstorm, we were like, this is next gen, this is next gen.
Yeah.
When, SSX and Uncharted and these sort of games came out, when Demon Souls and Astral Playroom and that came out, we were like, this is what next gen is about. What is next gen for you on PS5? Like, for me, from what I've seen, if you think about the way Sony, if you remember Sony's Mark Cerny's presentation, he talked about the SSD and sound and the controller and things like that. That is next generation. That's how they've marketed next generation to me. And I think the only real game that is showcasing that SSD, that it cannot be done on anything else, is Ratchet, because the visual fidelity of that and the speed in which he's going in through the portals and the load to a whole nother world in like a second is just, and it's not even a cutscene, you're playing into the new world, right? That for me is next generation. Like, we're always going to get graphics and things like that, but I feel like if that was on Xbox Series X, there would be stutters in that switch between the world. Because yes, it's running SSD, but it's not running at the speed of the PS5. So I think you'd have that 3 or 4 second like frame rate stutter as it quickly brings in the world quick, And I think it will still look beautiful on Series X, but I just think it can't run at that fidelity that you're seeing on PS5 and on PC. That would cost you like $2,000 worth of like
probably
an SSD to get that speed running. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I think next gen for me is definitely down to like, what is the SSD doing more than anything, because that is the revolution this generation is SSD without a doubt. What about you?
Yeah, I think that's a very good question. And I think because Ratchet and Clank is the only game that's really been presented to us as being the next gen / current gen title, that's what I probably have to say. Even though Returnal is obviously it's
PS5
technically
only as well.
It's PS5 only. It looked great. But the only little problem that I have with it is the save feature. It's like, you know what I mean?
That's what makes it so hard. They said the funny thing is,
just like, I don't know what it is. It just feels like it was rushed.
No. There is a trick to it. So it's roguelike. So if you die, you lose everything, right? And you only get it back if you find your corpse.
Okay.
But that was the style of the game. They said that it's supposed to be like that. That's how the roguelike game is supposed to be.
Yeah.
But gamers have found out that if you just put your PlayStation into rest mode, Returnal stops, and it's where you left it. But everybody's been screaming for like an auto save feature, and then how much the game will become too easy for you. The whole idea is about you sweating and but oh my god, and that's what Housemarque games have always been like. Like, if you die in a Housemarque game, you're going back to the beginning. It's not just Returnal, it's every game. And it's supposed to be brick. You're supposed to be able to nail that perfect playthrough, and the results that they want, I've seen on social media, that the jubilation of people when they finish a boss in Housemarque, they're absolutely crazy, man. I'm just like, whoa. They love it, absolutely love it. But I mean, SSD, like, it's got like Demon Souls, visually the best video game visuals I've ever seen, but Ratchet impresses me more because of the SSD and the speed of the world's changing and
the animation.
I can't get over I just can't get over how beautiful Ratchet looks, though, man. It's
Does
fucking
look good.
ridiculous.
Yeah. You know, it's like it really is. I mean, I was looking at, well, watching a couple of developers talking about the backgrounds. They went really deep into how layered the backgrounds are, and obviously there's some wizardry going on right there. I mean, it's not all running, you know what I mean, at 4K or whatever, but the way that they've managed to make everything work seamlessly together to create that illusion is beautiful. You know what I mean? And I guess that's just like a testament to the way games can be created, and hopefully we should start to see a lot more of this as time goes on, because this is a tempo. This is the benchmark for everybody to try and achieve. So
Definitely, and
I'm
everybody
looking
said
forward to
it.
it.
Like, I was looking on Twitter, all like developers of other companies, former developers, ex-developers, competing developers, all saying that the bar's been raised after that Ratchet State of Play, because they saw the wizardry. And this is one of the first few games as well where, when Mark Cerny talked about funneling and hiding loading screens in worlds and stuff like that, you know how they talked about how you can hide loading,
Yeah,
but none of that is in Ratchet. That's what I think got the developers going crazy, is because you didn't see the conform of him going into an elevator. You didn't see him sneaking through. Everything was just open. There was a scene where, right at the beginning, where he looks, but then he jumps down and hovers to a platform. But when he looked right, there was a whole other section of city there that he could have just gone to. So it's so much
Really?
more open. It's got
Yeah,
its linear bit, but like, it looked like the closest thing in a video game to the Fifth Element. You know, everything
yeah.
flying around and stuff. I was like, yes, imagine a Fifth Element game. But
Imagine, could you
still, like,
imagine?
you know, I can't wait. So yeah,
Yeah,
Dallas. I think
it's
for
really good.
Alex, it's definitely SSD.
Without a doubt.
All right, listeners, if you want to get your letters in, you can. You can tweet or DM us at latest PS5 on Twitter, or you can email thelatestps5@gmail.com. Or if you're a Patreon producer, you can just message us on Patreon and we'll get your questions there. Again, remember, if you are a Patreon producer and you're helping support the show, thank you very much. And your questions do take priority.